Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bohdi and thank you for being here with me. So today I have a haul for you. It's an op shop book haul. I love doing them. I went to the local op shop and I bought a couple of books. Now they had a deal on and it was fill a bag for $15. So naturally I filled a bag of books. I'm going to go through all the books that I got here. Funny story though, when I got to the checkout, I pointed to the books and made them aware of the books, but they didn't actually price or charge me for the books because it was part of like another transaction, so they must have forgot. So realistically, I got all the books for free. Guilty conscience slightly, but I got books, so yay. The first books that I want to show you are actually part of a series. It's a series that I used to read when I was younger. So I bought it so I could have like a nostalgic hit, I guess. And I'm not going to go through each one and talk about what they are because that would take forever. But the books that I bought were part of Goosebumps. Sorry for the lighting. Goosebumps. So I bought a couple of them. I think all up I bought 5, 10, 15, 17 of them. I don't know how many are in the series. I know it's a lot. But hey, I got 17 of them. So now I can start collecting them every time I go to op shops. It's what I do with my Animorph series. And yeah. The next book I got was Down the Rabbit Hole by Holly Madison. Now, I've heard interesting things about this. A friend recommended it to me a while ago, but I never got around to reading it. And she gave me an ebook version of it, but again, never got around to reading it. But I prefer reading physical books. Now that I have it as a physical book, I can actually sit down and read it properly. For those of you who don't know, Holly Madison was one of the Playboy bunnies and she was Hugh Hefner's #1 girlfriend. So basically what this book is about, it's about kind of sharing an insider perspective of the Playboy mansion and what happened within the Playboy lifestyle. I think it's really interesting. I'm really interested in kind of people who are in a job or an occupation that is commonly frowned upon by society. I think it'd be really interesting to have a look on the other side of the lens, I guess, than what most people see. So I'm really excited to read it. Okay, the next book I got is The Australian Crime File #2 by Paul B. Kidd. Now, I've read one of Paul B. Kidd's books before. I read it years and years ago when I was about 13 or 14, which I probably shouldn't have read. But it's all about Australian crime, obviously, and Australian crime is really interesting. I've always found it really interesting. I think the previous video I did to this was a book review of a crime book. So I love reading about crime, especially from Paul B. Kidd, because I find the way that he presents it is really interesting. And the good thing, or most interesting thing about this is it's actually more of an anthology. So for example, in the contents page, you can see that it goes on for quite a while and it tells many, many different crime stories in Australia. So it's like you're getting bite-sized stories each time. So it doesn't take long to read per se, or you don't have to dedicate a lot of time to sit down and, you know, read 50 pages or whatever. You can read 5, 10 pages and actually get a complete kind of scenario. The next book I have to show you is, it's called The Coroner, Investigating Sudden Death. It's by Derek Hand and Janet Fifi Yeomans. And the thing that's really interesting about me and the reason that I got it was it follows Derek Hand, who was essentially New South Wales State Coroner for many, many years, and he investigated the death of, you know, different crimes or different things that had happened throughout Australian history, especially one that was, you know, it says he sent the killers of Anita Cobby to trial and presided over the court hearings in the wake of the police shooting of French photographer Ronnie Levi at Bondi. Now, the Anita Cobby story has always interested me, and I actually will make a story about that case, that crime case, later on, because I have a couple of books on the topic, and I think it'll be really interesting to dedicate a whole, you know, video to that. So yeah, I'm really excited to read it. The final book I have to show you is The Bodyguard by Trevor Rhys-Jones. Now, Trevor Rhys-Jones was the bodyguard to Princess Diana, Princess of Wales' companion. So he was with them when their car crashed in the crash that eventually killed Diana. And I'm a huge fan of Princess Diana. I find her story really interesting. I've watched a couple of interviews with her. I have a book that she secretly co-authored, so she's probably another person that I will make a second video on later on, eventually, when I read those books. But I'm really excited to get into this. I think it'll be really interesting. It'll give yet just another perspective of such a, you know, renowned case in the world. So yeah. Alright guys, thanks for being here with me. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm sorry about the lighting. It's a little frustrating. But at least it's natural lighting and not the stupid light that I have up there, which makes me look, you know, sickly in every other video. But yeah, so that's all I have for you. So I guess I'll just have to see you next week. Bye!